I know it's late. If this video is uploaded in real time, I don't know, it's about 8 or 9 o'clock. And I just want to get on here and have a conversation, you know, like you done came over or I done came over there. And we're just sitting and having girl talk, releasing a nice, comfortable, open, transparent, non-judgmental space where we can just be real and talk about real life things. So get your tea, get your milk and cookies, get you a glass of wine, and know your portion. Know your portion. I'm going to just say that. Know your portion. Know your limits. I do consider myself a Christian woman. I haven't had an alcoholic drink in a minute. It's just not my thing, but no judgment towards you. And I'm not editing this video. It's going to be raw and uncut, but no judgment towards you or anything. But I do like to have a glass of red wine every now and again. And I haven't had one in a long time. So I went ahead and got me one. So I don't want people to be like, you know, what's she doing? What's she drinking on? All that. I'm going to tell you because I want my channel to be a transparent, honest, open space. And I do believe that God will remove what needs to be removed. He will tell you, he will show you. You get in that word and it's plain. A baby can understand it. So don't let nobody tell you you got to be perfect to be a Christian or for God to show up in your life. He definitely is a God of order, so he will get you in order. And that's my spill. This is my first sip. And I know my limit. This little Dollar Tree glass, child, is my limit. So, you know, I'm just not a drinker. But I wanted to wind down on this video with you guys and just be open and honest about some things that's been on my mind, which I know I'm not alone. It's on some of y'all minds as well. Yeah, I want to be like, cheers with your water, with your tea, whatever. But you know, I want to be cute. And I've been going to bed like this, but we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about some things tonight. Okay. So one of the first things, since we're talking about alcohol and all of that, knowing your limits and truly, truly, truly being realistic with yourself. Like for me, I know I have heavy weed smokers in my family. And this is, again, not to throw no judgment or anything like that. But I know, and I've seen them, you know, get on other, you know, drugs and all that. So it taught me to be cautious about what I'm doing. And oftentimes, even because I myself started to smoke, and baby, it was my routine. But it would make me paranoid, use up all my money, and so many other things. So I had to be realistic. Okay, Faye, this ain't for you. It might be for so-and-so, but this ain't for you. So just knowing your limits, even when it comes to alcohol. You know, don't be out where you get all messed up. You don't know who you done went home with. You can't drive. And I would never drink a glass of wine and go to my car and drive. Never, ever. Point blank, period. Not even a glass of wine. People think that's something simple. No, ma'am. And I do not drink outside of home. I may drink at my dad's, have a glass of wine. I don't know socially because, you know, I haven't been out like that. So when the time comes, I will, you know, see what happens then. Let the Lord, the Holy Spirit lead me, but never, ever get behind the wheel and be like, oh, okay, this is my limit. I know I got that. And just because I'm not doing it currently, come on now, I have done it before. And I know, and thank God for grace and mercy that kept me. Because we be like, oh, I got this. I can drive home. No, that was grace and mercy that seen us home. Okay? So that's just my little say about that. But I really wanted to talk about like becoming a better you, your personal life, relationship, work life, with your friends, with your family. That's really what I wanted to talk about tonight because it's something that I've been working on myself, and I can tell you from experience, and things like that. So I got my little notebook, and it's just a typical notebook, which was gifted to me. So I'm so thankful. But I seen them at Dollar Tree, Walmart, and a lot of other places. So it's really just old school, plain journal. And I already been, journaling it up. Maybe I'll read y'all a page. Okay, I don't mind sharing this. Becoming. When I think about the word becoming, y'all, I think about like where I'm at, where I've been, and like where I see myself. Because you have to see yourself further than where you are now, like in order to become, because it gives you like a goal, something to look forward to. Like when I talk about losing weight, because that's something that I conquered and still conquering. But if I never had like an ideal weight goal or an ideal pair of jeans or an ideal shirt, then it wouldn't have gave me motivation. I would have just been doing it with no plan. Excuse me. So becoming, I had a nasty attitude. I mean, baby, I'ma read you, okay? And I had some friends that's gonna bag me up, let a dude get talking crazy. I'm slick at the mouth, honey, slick with the words. So one of my top things was positive attitude and outlook, because I used to have this negative mind frame, and it still comes at me every now and again, but I'm learning how to catch it and transition it. I want to turn it around, stop it before it conquers. And when I say negative outlook, negative attitude, like I will always think negative of a thing, always negative. Because of past trauma and what I'm used to seeing, what I'm used to hearing, what I'm used to doing, how I'm used to looking at things. So it's just a normal reaction to think negative, right? But you have to change that, because it's always a flip side. Where it's negative, there's positive. Even in every situation, you can say, oh, that hurt me, but how did you benefit out of the relationship, out of the friendship, out of the situation? So one of the things for me was to have a positive attitude. And another thing, I was fake for so long, like fake with myself, fake with people around me, fake with God, fake with my goals, fake with my future, fake with my now. I would try to be what I saw myself being, right? But I had no idea of, who I was currently. And in order for you to see yourself further or in the future, you have to know who you are currently and what you need to work on now to become what it is or who it is that you're trying to become. Y'all, this is raw and uncut, because I didn't even think about it. It was just like, you know what, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do this. Transparent and open, because that was another thing. I was never transparent. I'm like, I'm gonna tell people what they want to hear. I'm gonna make it look like how they want it to look like. But as I began my weight loss journey and my spiritual journey, I was like, you know what, I want to be the best me for me. Not for people around me, not for who I'm trying to attract, not for my family, but for me. And what does that look like for me? Because at the end of the day, when I come home and I get in my bed, I want to feel like, you know what, today was a good day. I feel good about myself. I can look in the mirror. I can look on this camera and you say, you know what, I love you. I can compliment myself, which I was never able to do. I was always seeking validation from other people to come in and compliment me on certain things or tell me that they liked it. Y'all know I'm country, that they like it so I can like it, instead of me liking my hairstyle or my outfit and then allowing the compliments to boost the head up a little bit. I was like, you know what, no, I need validation, so I don't even think it's cute till so-and-so tell me it's cute, or if so-and-so don't wear it, then I ain't gonna wear it. But I would say in the last year, like this last year, I just been so intentional. Yes, God, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for, intentional. Like God is intentional. And y'all know I am like super spiritual, and I love God. But we still have to be realistic, and God wants us to be realistic. Come on now, how you gonna help somebody and you ain't being real? Like, the people who's attracted to you are attracted to your trauma, what you've been through. Them the people that God is going to send your way for you to show them another side of what they are going through, and that if God did it for me, he could do it for you. But anyway, God is such an intentional God. He's intentional about everything, and that's how we should be. Like, and I want to talk about relationships with like a significant other, and friendships, not so much as family ships, because child, I'm still trying to figure that out. So we're going to talk about that on the video. But really from relationship and friendship point of view. And a friendship is a relationship, but when I say relationship, I'm thinking like spouse, your significant other. God has been brewing something with that in my spirit. So child, we working on that. But like I said, being very intentional. I truly believe that you are what you attract. And when I think about when I used to date in the past, because I want to, give y'all like a reference point or an outlook on like, what I've been through and where I'm at now. So, when I think back on the relationships that I had in attracting broke people, and I'm not saying that to be shady, child. We all go through our stages or whatever. But I look back and I think about my mindset, not even so much of the physical, like the flesh, the world, not so much of that, but where I was at spiritually, where I was at mentally, that all plays a part, right? Because with anything, like, it's unseen before it's seen. Anyway, so I used to have a broke mentality. Where I was at, what I was doing, that's all I saw. Like that's all I was accustomed to. Faking it till I make it, that was all I was accustomed to. Being broken, like acting like stuff didn't hurt me, acting like I didn't have daddy issues. And y'all know my ear always cutting on and off, but that's a distraction. I rebuke it, amen. Acting like because I got a new car that I got it, barely making ends meet, living somewhere like, child, I got this 3-bedroom, 3-bath duplex, and this is real life. Out here in Blue Springs, y'all can't tell me nothing. I got my man and all that. Mindset, faking it because you're not really happy. Like, you have all this stuff around you, but you're not really at peace. When I say happy, when we say happy, we have happy moments. Or like, I had happy moments in that relationship. I had happy moments in that duplex. I had happy moments in my faking it till I make it, but I didn't have peace when I got ready to lay down at night. I didn't have peace. I wasn't happy with my outcome of my life. I wasn't happy with myself, because even though I would look cute and wear the confidence, quotation, when I was heavier, I was not happy inside. So I say being intentional because it starts from the inside out. You want to be happy inside, right? And what you do inside will manifest or come to pass in the natural. Like, spiritually, it will come to pass naturally in the natural world. Anyway, so what I had to do was first look at my life, where it was at in that moment. And y'all, I'm gonna touch base on a longer video, but I just wanted to start this. And this can be a part of the because y'all know, well, y'all don't know because it haven't made it to YouTube, but on my Facebook, I started the video creating the life that you want. So, thank you, God. This could be like, this could be the talks that we do. Excuse me, y'all. So what I had to do first was look at my life in its current state, like where I was at then. And I was in an abusive relationship on both sides. I could say, I did some things to him that could have been emotionally, physically, whatever, damaging to him as well. That don't make it right or wrong on neither parts. But I won't even go deep in there. But I was in an abusive relationship. I had lost my daughter, so I was going through grief. I hadn't fully processed losing my grandmother and truly understanding what loss was and what grief was. I was barely, making ends meet, trying to keep up with the Joneses. I was doing different career things, making different career choices. I was in survival mode, accepting whatever came my way, pretty much. Not, I don't know no other words to put it. Like, as far as in my career choice, I wouldn't say, you know what, well, when I work this job, I want to make X amount of money. I want to do this. I want to be intentional about showing up to work. Like, child, I was the call-in queen. You going to see me for about a week. Next week, I don't work there no more. You will see me doing hair. I'm charging this amount. Then the price would drop because I needed some money. Bills needed to be paid. Boo thing wasn't, keeping up with the bills. Me and Boo want to take a trip. We want to floss and stunt and go out to dinner and get another car and all that. So that will cause chaos up here. And then going out, oh, I want to party and drink every Friday. I want to be around this friend. She in a negative state of mind. Her and whoever she dating going through it. She talking about in order to get over one, you got to get up under another one. And y'all, this the type of conversations that y'all having. So y'all feeding each other with the negativity. Y'all feeding off of each other's negativity, off of each other's trauma. So I looked at that and I said, you know what? I really got to do something different. Like, I had hit rock bottom. Like, I didn't know if I was coming or going. Like, the relationship officially ended, like, when I found out I was getting cheated on. Like, and that's something that I never talked about. It was 2 years ago, but I never really shared this. So it came up. So like I said, I'm gonna get on this video. I'm gonna be transparent. Good thing I got my little glass of wine, child, cause okay. So we was together for about 4 years. And I didn't believe that he was cheating. Like, I never had like facts or whatever. But anyway, the girl had ended up getting pregnant and stalking me on everything and all that. So I found that out. And I didn't initially leave. We ended up moving separately or whatever, and that was like terrible. And like I said, I had lost my baby, so I didn't know how to process everything. So I'm like, I wanted him to love me and stuff like that. I wanted him to love me, and that's all my mind can think about right now. Like, I just, in that moment, I just wanted him to love me, and I wanted to force it. Like, and I don't doubt that he didn't love me or nothing like that, but I wanted like something from him, a love from him that he couldn't give me. So we moved separately, and us being separate at the 4 years, because the whole 4 years we lived with each other. Like, anyway, yeah, so we lived with each other the whole 4 years. And we never like really spent time apart. Like, we was doing everything together for the most part. Like, and I was very needy. Oh my God, I was needy. Like, when I look back, I was so needy because I was so unhappy. Like, he validated me. He made me feel like I was something. So when we finally moved apart, it was like, I'm by myself, in my apartment. I'm pretty much single, so I'm able to like do me again, like date and talk to other people and find out what I like and what I don't like. And then I started to look at myself like in the mirror, like, okay. And that was the one of the things that was always used in our relationship, like, you fat, you this, you that. So that was one thing I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it. Like, not even just the words he said. I'm tired of hearing people say it, but I'm tired of hearing them say it because I already believe it, and I already know that this weight is something that's weighing on me. Because if they were saying it and it didn't matter, then it wouldn't have bothered me. But when something bothers you, it's because you believe it, and you're accepting it because you already think that way yourself. So I was like, you know what? I gotta lose this weight. And my auntie was doing keto, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do keto too. So I started doing keto, and I started feeling myself because I was looking good. So on the outside, I was starting to look good, but on the inside, I was still rotten. Like, and when I say rotten, like hurt, disgusted, broken, unsure. Still had insecurities, because losing weight does not take away your insecurities. It brings out new ones. I'm trying to tell y'all, new levels, new devils. So I was like, you know what? I grew up in church. So, yeah, like I grew up in church, so I knew about Jesus. And at home, you know, we would say prayers. Mom would talk to us about Jesus. We would play church and all that. But this was different. Like it wasn't even me going to church. Like I was in my apartment. My granny had gave me a Bible. And I'm like, you know what? Because you just feel something in your spirit. Like, I don't know. You would just know. You would just start to feel stuff in your spirit. Like, okay, I got to do something different. Like, okay, ain't no shaking this. Like, because sometimes we would shake stuff off and then go back to normal. But no, like, I couldn't be around him like that. Like, I was just starting to see everything so clear. And another part of that was because I was praying too. Like, I was really praying, not like my typical prayers. Because I really was not, like, when I look back, I wasn't praying, but I was. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Like, Jesus, evidently, he heard those prayers. But, like, I really started to pray for, like, a change, like, a difference. Like, not just, you know, on the outside, but on the inside of me. Like, Lord, I need something different. Like, I just want to die. Like, I don't want to be here. I'm so broken. Like, how am I going to pick up after him? Like, you know, we done lost this baby. Like, man, I was just, you know. But losing weight was something, too, that kept me going. Like, you know what? I'm looking fine. I deserve better. I'm doing me. I'm living my life. So, eventually, me and him just started to, you know, drift apart. So then friendships. Like I was talking to a lot of people about like our relationship. I mean, a lot of people on his side, on my side. Like, baby, I'm telling everybody, like, I'm so broke, I'm so hurt. He did this, he did this, he did this, he did this. But you gotta look in the mirror and take accountability too. Like, it was not right for him to put his hands on me, but it was not right for me. Like, why did I think it was okay to stay? You get what I'm saying? You gotta look at that too. Like, why did I make it okay? And it's gonna take you getting out of it to look in to see, because sometimes when you looking on the outside, you can see in the inside versus the people that's inside. They just looking like close. But when you go on the outside, you can see some things from afar that they might, you know, not catch that in the spirit. Anyway, so I was talking to all these people, and it was getting back to him. People was calling me stupid. People was like, oh yeah, I knew he wasn't no good. And it was just no positivity. So I'm like, I started to watch sermons on YouTube. Sarah Jakes' Girl Get Up was like one of my first sermons. So if you haven't watched that Girl Get Up sermon, go watch it. Sarah Jakes Roberts, Girl Get Up. Like, I don't know what that video did, but like Sarah came through that phone. She was like, girl, get up. So I just was like praying and just really, you know, seeking God and continuing to do what I needed to do for myself, like stuff that I did not like about myself. I moved out of town and I started to focus on my business and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that part of it. And I want to touch a little bit. I don't want to go too deep because I don't know if this is going to be a part of the, this could be like why I started to create the life I want, like a girl talk. Like we can start doing them like girl talks. Let me know in the comments, like, let me know if this, like, if y'all like these little, you know, sit downs too. So y'all get to know me behind like the message and the powerful voice. Y'all get to see, like, and hear my point of view of like what I went through and all that. And I have some videos on my page too when I was going through it. So if you haven't been down my YouTube, you know, go down this sis and find out the tape. In business wise, because y'all know I've been an entrepreneur since 2016, really longer than that, but legally since 2016, like working in the salon and all that. So business wise, I never like looked at it as a business. I looked at it like a hustle. So y'all know what hustling, you know, you think about the money, you think about the bills. And I just gotta be real on this video. I'm thinking about fast money. I'm like, how many clients can I do a day to make X, Y, and Z? So again, so I can keep up with the Joneses, child. So I never took my business serious. Like, and then I didn't know I wasn't taking it serious. Like I thought like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get to the bag, chase the bag. But that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to treat your business how corporate treat their business, how you treat your small business, how you see your big business. Like run it how you run your big business. I learned that. And if you're not happy currently with your job, with your career, then you are the only person that can make the change. Like, ain't no money gonna give you peace in it. Ain't no more clients it's gonna stress you out even more. Cause I'm gonna talk about it real quick, but I used to say like, God, give me more clients, give me more clients, give me more clients. That's gonna make me so happy. When I get some more clients, I'm gonna be so happy. Lied when I got more clients. I was stressed because I was like, I really don't feel like waking up. I really don't want to do this. Like, I'm really not happy doing this. Like, and I'm not making my clients happy doing them, any kind of way, running late, being late, not being intentional. Like, I didn't have the energy to really put my all into doing their hair. And when you don't give something your all, it's gonna be cool, but it's not gonna be like where you want it to be. And clients will give you grace. Thank God that people will give you grace. And thank God for them people who choose you on your good and bad days. And that's how I'm going to end this video. Thank God for the people that treat you right on your good and your bad days. And I know, baby, I've been preparing, okay, to be somebody's boo thing, somebody's wife, somebody's kid's mother. And I'm going to get it in Jesus' name. So that's just that. But be intentional, be intentional, be intentional. And another thing, like, because it came to my head, do not, like, with being intentional, do not be entertaining these dudes that you don't see nothing with. You just try and get something out of. Come on now. You reap what you sow. Do not be playing with anybody. Because all you're doing is delaying the process. Like, I don't know who way you trying to do it. But if you're trying to do it God's way, like, it's hard being celibate. Look, I can't even pronounce the word. It's hard. HARD in capital letters with the exclamation point at the end. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Do you hear me? So close it, keep it tight, keep it locked. Do you hear me? If he really wants you, he gonna marry you fast. Cause look, he gonna want it too. But he gonna do it the right way. Like, he's not gonna try to pressure you like, oh, just give it up to me and da-da-da-da. He's gonna respect your decision because he respects you. And that makes me smile. Like, that makes me smile for me. That makes me smile for y'all. Like, because he gonna respect you. He gonna respect your decisions. He gonna respect your body. He gonna respect your space. He gonna respect your time. Okay? And, like, her back. Okay? It says to write the vision and make it plain. Let me, because I really want to, like, I'm having fun on this video tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I'm having a good time with y'all. But in us having a good time, I really want y'all to take it serious and, like, think about what you need to do in your life and write it down and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. Okay, I had to make sure I was right. Write the vision and make it plain. And I ain't gonna, let y'all see the T. But that's what I did. And write it in complete sentences. Like, this is free tea. Free tea, okay? The word of God is free. But write it in sentences. Like, don't just write it, like, list it. You can make a list too. Make a list too. That's cool. But write it in sentences. Y'all, we almost 30 minutes in. That's good, though. Write it in sentences. Like, I am a wife. I am a mother. I am a millionaire. Come on now. I am a God-fearing woman. I do have, great faith. Come on now. I am driving. I do own. So be very intentional and write it in sentences and pray over it and continue to strive to become and pray. You get what I'm saying? Like, prayer has just, been my float. I think am I in the water and I got the floaty, my faith keeps me from sinking when I feel like I'm too deep in something. Like, I'm way in over my head. Because sometimes when you begin to see yourself, like, in not just visualizing it, but it's starting to manifest, it's starting to come to pass in the natural, it will give you anxiety. But we rebuking that spirit of anxiety right now in Jesus' name. But you will be like, I am beyond in over my head. But faith, come on now, faith will be your floaty. Like, Jesus will not let you drown. God is the God that will command the water to obey. So breathe. For YouTube, make sure, ladies, sisters, join Sisterhood Formed by Faith. You can search us on Facebook. You get that one-on-one time with me, access to me, inboxing me. Like, we are doing this awesome Proverbs challenge. And it's not too late to, jump on and join us and becoming a virtuous woman. And it's not going to happen overnight. But come on now, I don't believe that, God is not big. Let me just rephrase that, because I don't know where I'm going with that. I do not believe our situations is too big for our big God. God is a big God. He can handle big things. So us trying to become virtuous woman in 30 days, come on now, have whatever he see fit, whatever your ideal virtuous woman is. And I can tell y'all, it is day 8, almost day 9 of November, and I already feel more virtuous. I already feel like I have the victory over a lot of things in 8 days. He created the whole world in 6 and rested on the 7th day. So 4 weeks, that's more than enough time, sis. Do you hear me? Challenge yourself to think bigger, because his ways is not your ways. Neither is his thoughts your thoughts. As far as the heavens is, that's how far his thoughts is, okay? So I need you to think big in these 30 days. And y'all, I suck at math, but 30 minus 8, turn that into a 2, make that a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. So for the next 22 days, sis, hop on this Proverbs challenge. For the next 22 days, glory to God. For the next 22 days, allow God to blow your mind. So, okay, let me know what y'all think about these videos in the comments so we can do these often. I'm glad you tuned in, sis. I pray, I hope I dropped some gems, come on now, or a testimony that got you ready, okay? And y'all, I've been being intentional about going to bed looking fire, because, for myself too. Because when I wake up, I want to be like, okay, like how I would do if I had a boo laying next to me. So, when I get my boo, I'm going to just be prepared. Like, I'm not doing this for him. I'm doing this for me, because this is just what I do. Do you hear me? Skin glowing. Okay, child, matching sets. Like, who gonna play with me? Okay, and my nails match. Boom. But I like true peace, true happiness. Like, I'm enjoying where I'm at in my life. I am enjoying what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. Glory to God. Okay, I'm enjoying God. So, sis, come on now. Let's tackle it. Let's tackle whatever we going through. Okay. So I love y'all and good night. Like, get you some sleep. And yeah.